Innovators! Welcome to Who's Next, Innovators Edition, powered by the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. I'm your host, Martin G. Martin II, the Senior Program Director of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, also known as I&E. The Thurgood Marshall College Fund champions the ambitions of scholars and innovators of HBCUs and PBIs to produce the next generation of top talent. Who's Next Innovators Edition aims to highlight Black entrepreneurs and HBCU innovators through educational and authentic conversations. I'm excited to invite a few of our I&E alums to kick off these conversations, so let's see who's next.
Today, we will have the pleasure in interviewing a proud I&E alum, Jasmine Godbolt.
So I'm a Southern girl at heart from a small town named Mullins, South Carolina, a little over 4,000 people. Went to the best HBCU in the world, North Carolina Central University. Graduated in 2020, the COVID class. Post-graduation was awarded and joined a fellowship called Venture for America to pursue my entrepreneurial talents in Baltimore, Maryland, working at a startup company, and went full-time entrepreneur September 2021 with my business, the Nesting Nannies. My experience was very memorable. Central was actually my only acceptance into college. I didn't get accepted into any other universities. I come from the South Carolina, so I knew nothing about the HBCU culture, HBCUs. So coming to NCCU, it really kind of exposed me to what HBCUs are. You know, just the family atmosphere, the love, just the welcoming Black excellence that I experienced there. And going to Central, we have a lot of traditions, a lot of things that we do on campus that just makes you feel welcome. I was also a student leader, so that's something I took pride in. So just getting involved in extracurricular activities on campus, being able to meet students from different HBCUs was really rewarding. And really just to be an advocate for the student body was really, important for me, and it was a cool experience because I felt like as a college student, it was really rewarding again, right, to just be amongst like the chancellor, the, foundation boards and everything while just being a scholar, as well as, what I like to call a studentpreneur. That's the word, little studentpreneur. So, having started a business my sophomore year on campus, that was really rewarding to just really, reflecting now on that whole experience. It's like, wow, you did a lot, like in your 4 years, you really maximize your college experience. Central was just a really good experience for me. It really changed my life for the better. I feel like I found myself more as a Black woman, as an entrepreneur, also as a scholar, having a good time in college. So, just a great experience. So Eagle Pride all the way, that's why I'm kind of biased, NCCU is the best HBCU. I've just always had a leadership, spirit about me. So when I was in South Carolina in high school, I did a lot of they call it student counseling. So I did a lot of those opportunities where I was just always interested in just helping lead and just, being a natural born leader. So coming to college, I was just like, okay, I see flyers about running for freshman class president. I'm like, let me just try to do this. Like, I don't know. Right. Like, I didn't visit Central. Like, I didn't go to visit the school, anything. So like the first, we had the orientation experience. I think that was something that was also really cool. And just coming as a freshman, new to a different state, it was just like, let me just try to meet people. I didn't know anybody on campus. So I'm like, let me just run for freshman class president. Okay. And I did. It was just really fun. The speech and debate night, the whole campaign season where everybody, my name is so-and-so and I'm trying, it's intense. So.
It definitely, I was gonna say, it curates your political status and savviness.
Exactly.
So being a self-advocate for yourself. Yeah.
Yes, so that was a really intense experience, but it was rewarding. So I ended up losing, which was a good experience because I still ended up being on the freshman class council. So I still got the experience to being on the student leadership board, and I just kind of continued that throughout college, just each year. Was just kind of like the secretaries, the vice president of the student body president, then the, the chief of staff, like different things like that. So always just was really engaged and just like to, people say lead, but just I was just doing what I love, which is just, helping the students, advocating for the student body, just, being involved on campus. All of these experiences really kind of added to, help me develop into the woman I am today. And being in college, you really don't think like that because it's just like, okay, I'm just doing this, I'm in college, it's just fun. But, that would be one of the, best pieces of advice I would give to students who are not only going to HBCUs or just students in general is to really get involved on campus because the opportunities, I had a teacher who told me your network is your net worth. Ooh. So it's just like, your network is your net worth, honey. So it's just like, you just never know who you're going to meet. So, with just being involved all 4 years, I just got the chance to meet some incredible people, do some incredible opportunities, TMCF, that was really, significant in my journey as well. I also was a Forbes 30 under 30 scholar, so I had the opportunity to go, so that was super cool to just represent the university at the Forbes Summit, and also represent myself. I think that experience was kind of life-changing because I know Pharrell Williams was there, the richest woman in America, and just seeing her on stage when I was just like, wow, like, that's going to be me soon one day, like, just kind of very inspiring woman, like at the Forbes Summit, and I just can remember the feeling of being at that summit, just like watching all the speakers and Black women who were just really inspirational, like on their journeys, like, wow, one day I'm going to be doing that. So I've always been like a natural born hustler. I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit ever since I was a child. So the story behind like just my love for children, I've been babysitting since I was like a baby. So it's just like, right. So like, the story, the cousin babysitter who, all the family go out and it's like, you can watch your cousin, you can watch. So it's just like, and then I've always loved children. So like, right, since I was a child, I've just always loved children. So it's always been like an entrepreneurial spirit in me to just be like, okay, now at one point I could just make money by watching people's children. So high school, babysat, my first job was at my local YMCA and Child Watch. Okay. So that was really fun. So, me and a friend actually kind of advanced and we got to be the supervisors during our high school experience. So just having that leadership role again, like watching in Child Watch with people's children as they went and work out, that was like, I think I worked there for 4 years. So that was like a really cool experience. And then going to college and then like just feeling like, okay, I have to make money, I'm not a student. So I'm like, I still have to make money, but I'm still a student, so what am I going to do? So just really networking again, in the community. I gained clientele with just babysitting as an off-campus babysitter. Just kind of thinking about the goals, like in the sense of like what's to come. So I'm not at a point in my journey where I'm like where I want to be yet. So what keeps me going is just my family, thinking about my goals that I want to achieve. And also, I'm very spiritual. So God keeps me sane and just really practicing self-care. And I'm also on this journey now of just trying to embrace and be more of a feminine CEO with just, not just in the hustle and bustle, because that's not good on your body. I'm learning that with, self-care, being really intentional about that journey. Yes. So really just, prioritizing self-care, but also, working hard for myself, for my future, legacy. I'm really big on legacy, longevity. When I have children, also like breaking generational curses. So I come from a community, I come from a community that's kind of underserved, underprivileged. So very rural. So just really feeling like, you hear the term, the chosen one, that really just, take charge and just really, live out my dreams and make my dreams reality, for real. The pitch was really life-changing. So I remember, I took the train there from home and went to the whole experience. At first, when I got the acceptance email, I was just like, okay, this seems cool, but I really honestly didn't know what it entailed. Like, I was just like, okay, this is a great opportunity. So when I showed up and saw so many other scholars from different HBCUs, I was like, whoa, like, this is a different, this is different. Like, I feel like I met my tribe, like. Especially, being a studentpreneur and just in a student leadership role, but then, everybody's not entrepreneurial. So it's like you're a student leader, but that doesn't mean you want to have a company or own a business or have innovation, right? So it's just like really being in a group surrounded by a group of students who, went to HBCU and have really entrepreneurial mindsets. It was really inspiring. And I think it did put icing on the cake, which, with just the fireside chats, coming to contact with the mentors and just really experiencing all the good energy and just really TMCF does a good job with just make you feel welcome and supported. So that was really important for me with, not saying my university didn't support my entrepreneur journey, but just feeling like a part of a group where I felt inclusive, celebrated, that meant a lot for me. The community, all of that, it really meant a lot for me. So, and I gained a lot, connections, as well as exposure to different companies and just learning about different companies, learning about myself, like how to really pitch. That experience was really eye-opening because, going into a team that the idea wasn't mine, but still I was the business mind. So there was 3 different type of I think people on the team that I can recall: the business mind, techie, and the creative, So I was the business mind on the team, and it was really cool because, just adding my mindset to what the app that we were leveraging and pitching was really cool. I think that experience also kind of allowed me to meet different type of people. So my background isn't tech, but it really experiencing and meeting people who are into that field was really encouraging because it's like, wow, the tech world is huge and I can't dive deep because I'm like, that's not my lane, but I really respect people who are into those different lanes. Kind of funny to look back because I'm just like, wow, I came a long way because I was so nervous. Public speaking was just not it. I feel like I'm getting better with it. As I grow in my journey, it's still kind of like you get butterflies doing it. But I think that really helped me with just the business entrepreneurship class and really just figuring out how to put my dreams onto paper and just learning because my background also isn't business. I was a family consumer sciences student. So it's just like, I was just not in the business school, but I made my way to the networking, made my way to the business school, did pitch competitions with my university, was successful, won they call it the Eagle Idea competition. I won that in 2019, so that was really rewarding. So just really having a passion for children, a passion for just achieving my goals and making them a reality, and just figuring out each step at a time, taking it one day at a time, I think is important because, it's so much, and then it's just just trying to take it one day at a time to keep me sane, not thinking the grand, who knows where we're gonna end up with it. So I came to college with the intention of opening a daycare. So I always knew I wanted to do something with children. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna go to college and I'm gonna learn how to open a daycare. Sophomore year, had the midlife crisis and was just with my degree, I had to do field experience and go visit different local daycare centers and childcare directors. And just doing that repeatedly, I'm like, I got a lot of respect for them because they play a good role. But I'm like, for me, that's not for me. After, that's what the internship experiences are for, to see if you want to do it or not. And I'm like, So I'm like, dog, I'm at the school. I don't want to do what I came to for. What am I about to do? I don't want to do this. Lord, please tell me to get on the platform. Exactly. So me and my close college friends, we were always very, spiritual in the sense of just really trying to stay positive and just have purpose and live purpose-driven life. So we decided to go on a fast together, and it was really good. So that's kind of when I got clarity on my purpose. And I was already an off-campus babysitter, and then I just had a really huge love and admiration for the HBCU experience, and just I was just one day when we were doing the fast, I'm like, why don't I just bring babysitting to college? I already do it off campus. Why don't I just try to figure out how to bring it to school for students who have children? So it really just came from, so it's just let me just do that. So, already being in student leadership, I knew how the kinks work on the back end with universities, with just creating an organization and just proposals and getting those constitutions and advisors, all of those things. So I just had to piece piece everything together, I had 2 advisors who were my professors in my department, and they, you know, I was a good student. I graduated cum laude. So I just always prioritized being a scholar over everything because it's what I came to school for.
Yes.
So my advisors, I went to their office hours and was just kind of like pitching them the idea. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to start this organization. We need advisors to actually get approved. So I'm like just telling them I want to bring babysitting to college to help students who have children. And they were just like, wow, like this is a really good idea. So they kind of supported me. Right. They never heard it. They was like, okay, so keep coming to the office hours. Let's continue to brainstorm, you know, what you want to do. And it got approved April 18, 2018 is when the Nesting Nannies was established as a student organization at NCC.
The anniversary just
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So after doing that, so got the organization approved. Now it's like, okay, I have to have members of the organization. So I'm just like, being a student leadership, they had organizational meetings. I would set up tables and hit up the, you know, we call it SAB, everybody. So I would just have like cardboard student activities board.
Okay.
So I know some campuses call it CAB, like campus activities board, but we call our student activities board. So just really, you know, maximizing the resources from knowing how student leadership works with just getting in contact with the leading officials. Like, can I get a table to set up? We have the Greek Bowl, which is like a hot spot at Central where a lot of students come and they hang out. So really just doing like independent classroom tours of like asking professors, like, can I come speak to your class and try to gain members about this idea?
So you're recruited.
Yeah, like
one woman.
Yes,
Wow.
one person. I was doing all of this because I'm like, okay, I got to get members. I got to tell people about what I'm doing so they could join the group so we can have babysitters. I'm like, I can't just babysit on campus. I have to, you know, like. With experience in the pitch, that was a really full circle because, like you said, my idea, I did talk about like, oh, campus babysitting when we had that moment to like, I think it was like a portion where we had to like pitch ideas before we really narrowed it down to the different groups and stuff. Really embracing the moment of the pitch and really getting a part of a team who had an idea that I wasn't comfortable with, but just really saying like, okay, if you are entrepreneurial minded and you know, love business, you can adapt and try to work with any type of business because you're entrepreneurs. So with my business, we are now like pursuing a marketing campaign, really just marketing and at a point where we've developed our blueprint and really just kind of about to market to HBCU campuses. So the way my business is set up is we have like a B2B model, business to business, and a B2C, right? Yes. So B2B is B and the actual 2B, business to business, and then we also have a B2C model, business to consumers. So we contract with universities. So they, you know, pay us a fee to contract with them for a certain amount of years to implement this resource on their campus. And then the B2C model is how we gain more revenue with the consumers, which is the student parent paying us for the childcare on their campus to keep up like maintenance and different things. So both business models are how we kind of, you know, accumulate revenue. And that's kind of what we're pitching to universities. Like, we're adding value to the campus by utilizing and, you know, signing a contract with us. We will help, you know, with retention, with actually bringing a community actually, you know, targeting a community that's kind of marginalized, that needs childcare and support. Right. Our website at www.thenestingnannies.com. It kind of tells you everything that we're doing, what's to come. It's linked to our socials, and all of that is donation tabs. Anything you can message us, contact us on how to get involved with future investments, anything with partnerships, collaborations. So the website www.thenestingnannies.com.